every minute of every day. Millions of dollars come to us now, instantly, effortlessly, naturally now. This is why relationships don't work. I don't care what kind of relationship it is, business relationship, uh, romantic relationship, family relationship. None of it works out if and when someone is ready to grow. None of it works out if and when somebody has grown or ready to grow. That's the whole video. Well, let me explain. What had happened was, you're in this life, and this life is not about you staying where you're at forever. I don't care what position you're in. I don't care if you're Jeff Bezos. I don't care if you're Elon Musk, the richest man in the world. I don't care if you're Oprah Winfrey. There's still room for growth. I don't care if you're Buddha, Jesus. Even Jesus had to grow. Even Jesus had to learn and grow. And the ultimate growth was when he learned to live, you have to die. To really live, you have to die. His death was really a spiritual death. People take it as a physical death, but his death was really a spiritual death. That's why he died, and then he rose the next day or yay. But anyhow, that's another story. People realize, every woman I've ever been with, and business relationship, family relationship, every relationship I've ever had, I realized that. I realized that it was all about they outgrew me, or wanted to grow. They wanted more, or I outgrew them or wanted more. It's that simple. Companies tell you all the time, hey, our people tell you all the time, hey, I've outgrown the company, or I think the company has outgrown you, or you know it's really hard to even explain this because it's so self-explanatory. That's why I'm kind of struggling here. But people tell you all the time, or say all the time, I wanted more. That simply means I wanted to grow. That's all that means. I wanted to grow. You're not growing as fast as I am, or I have already outgrown you. And at the rate that I've outgrown you, by the time you catch up with me, I'll be dead and gone. Type of shit like that. Like you could take, for example, me. I was in a off and on relationship for 15 years, and I realized ultimately it was because I kept outgrowing her. But then what the last straw was when I realized 15 years had gone by and she was still in the same position, mentally, emotionally, a lot of ways, and I had far outgrown that. I mean, she was even still talking about emotional stuff that we had been through years before. She was still on it. I mean, you have not grown emotionally. You're still talking about things from 5, 10, 20, 30 years ago. You have not grown. Your emotions have not matured. Okay? Finances, that's a big thing for me. I don't know how people live with themselves knowing they're in the same position at 30, 40, 50, 60 years old as they were when they were 18, 19, 21 years old. You rent an apartment, you making car notes, or have a vehicle that, is not to your best interest, or you don't have a business, you have a job. This is stuff 18, 19, 21-year-olds do, 16-year-olds do. By the time you 30, 40, 50, 60 years old, you're supposed to have been an example. You're supposed to be, hey, I got property. I got vehicles paid off. I don't care if it's an old vehicle, and my vehicles work for me. I don't just have a vehicle sitting there just to sit there, or a vehicle to show off This truck works for me. This Mercedes work for me. Um, you're supposed to say, I have a business. I built this business over 20 years. I'm 50 years old now. I built this business over 20 years. Even if it's not making $1 million, even if all it's making is $20,000 a year, you're still in a better position than somebody who just starting a business at 18, 19, 21 years old. You know, a lot of people feel like because they just been on a job 20 years or they went to college or I don't know, they just feel like, or they age. A lot of people feel like their age makes them better than an 18, 19, 21 year old. They just feel their age makes them mature. No, if you're in the same position as you were at 18, 19, 21 years old, your age and you're older, you look like a damn fool. You look like a damn fool. I'm looking at a 30-year-old as you should have a business started by have figured out a business and start. I'm not saying it's successful. I'm not saying you own property. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying you should by now figure out, you should have been through all the ups and downs and figured out, okay, that's how life goes. I need to do this, this, and that. I need to get started with this, this, and that. If you haven't had it together by 30, you should be like, that's 10 years. Okay, between 20 and 30, the number of completion is 9. By year 10, you should be starting over fresh, know what to do, 30 years old. I'm going to do this, this, and that. Okay, that's your first time doing it. I get it. By the time you 40, man, I've been through all the bullshit in my 20s. I tried in my 30s. I got it now. I got it now. You try again, it don't work out. Time you 50. You're supposed to be a master at avoiding all bullshit in life. You half a century years old. Half your life is gone. You lucky if you got another 25 years if you live to 75. What are you going to do between 50 and 75? What kind of example are you going to be between 50 and 75 for your offsprings, grand offsprings, great offsprings? For the world to see. Your nieces, nephews, all the young people in your family. Okay? It's crazy to me. People be like, I gotta go pay my grandma rent, or I gotta help my grandpa with his rent, or my grandma work at Walmart as a greeter, my grandpa work at Burger King sweeping floors. I seen a lady, she was like, she had to be about 60 something sweeping the floors at Bojangle. I'm like, here's a woman that 9 times out of 10, I'm not saying always, sometimes things just happen in life. I know a lot of people built great businesses, homes, everything fell right on their face because of health issues. They had to sell everything. But anyhow, I'm like, here's a lady that probably made all the bad decisions in life. All the bad, this wasted time with people that didn't want to grow, and she followed suit, didn't grow with them. Or hoard her life away. And I'm not discounting people have mental issues. I know people have mental issues and they can't grow but so far. But I'm talking about just the average individual out here. When you speak to them, they have common fucking sense. You would think they have common fucking sense, but they just fucking ooh, that sun's starting to come out. Turn my air conditioner on a little bit. You would think that they had common fucking sense and would be like tired, like 40 years old and fucking tired. I get it, like 30 years old, you still feel young, you're not tired yet. I would think 50-year-old people are tired of working for somebody, tired of paying rent, tired of paying car note. There's 50-year-old motherfuckers out here still paying car notes, still paying all kind of notes, still paying high interest on consumer goods instead of assets. This motherfucker's out here 50 years old talking about they going back to college instead of using that money to buy a house and rent it out and build equity and get residual income every month. And like I teach, you don't even need the house, you just need the land, you just need the property. We live in a transient society now where people just want somewhere to park. A lot of people live in their automobiles. I know a lot of people call me at least once or twice a shift. Y'all call it a week. I know a lady right now living in her automobile. She does DoorDash with her 4-year-old baby and her 14-year-old baby. I know a lot of you could go to. I know another female that almost just happened to, and I actually allowed her to stay with me for a little while. I know a lot of people right now. You could go to damn near any truck stop, Walmart. I'll be at the Circle K by I-95 up here, and every now and then I see this lady with another lady and a baby, a little bit of baby, maybe 1-2 years old, sleep resting in their vehicle, resting in a car, and I'm like, there it is. There it is. All they need is a little piece of land and a little travel trailer. There it is. This is the future. Y'all in California, New York, Philadelphia, y'all, this is too real for y'all. But I'm telling you, I did everything in my life. A lot of things right, a lot of things wrong. By the time I was 40, I'm like, there's no way I'm going to be 50 years old and still making the fucking same mistakes I did in my 20s and 30s. That's fucking embarrassing to me as a man, to my woman or women, and to my offsprings. How the fuck I'm in my 40s and probably my sons grow up, finish college, or they don't even have to go to college, but my sons grow up and they're being a better example to me than I was to them. Like, how the fuck? That's backwards. That is fucking backwards, man. I'm telling you, you got young people that are better examples than their mother and fathers and grandmothers and fathers. It's I just couldn't live with myself knowing, oh, here's my son, he's a better example than me as a man. Not to say I don't want my sons to be better than me. I want them to be better than me, but I at least need to have a foundation. I can't just be a piece of shit. Complete piece of shit. I can't just be a complete piece of shit. Even if I'm 20% piece of shit, okay. But 50, 60% piece of shit, no. No. A lot of you mothers are like that. Man, I got to do a video. I was trying to do one yesterday. These women walking up to the schools butt naked, elementary school. This lady got coochie cutters on. I wanted to do it. And then her daughter messing up in school, and she walking with her daughter, and she's like, why are you messing up in school? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? And in my mind, I wanted to pull her to the side and be like, ma'am, do you think what you're wearing up here to pick up your daughter is appropriate? Do you think your daughter not see what you're wearing? Like, I could see your pussy. You know what? I'm so fucking blunt. I might do that. It's two females be walking up to my daughter's school like that. And I don't want my daughter seeing this. And I already spoke to the teacher and principal about a couple of things. And I think I'm going to talk to them about this too. Having some type of fucking dress code for these parents. And I'm going to call them parents because that's exactly what the fuck they are. A pair that rents. Fucking heathens. Peasants. Even there's a dude come up there. He always have his fucking pants hanging off his ass. A father with his pants hanging off his ass. Little boys seeing this. They need to have dress codes for parents picking up their babies from school. They really do. But that's a whole nother fucking story. But anyhow, people outgrow people. Right now, I've outgrown so many people. It's ridiculous because I'm always growing. And that's why I make no quarrel in myself about letting people go. And some of them, I just got to completely cut them off. I can't even have a friendship. because they so far behind me mentally, emotionally. It's not even so much financially. It's just the mental capacity, emotional capacity. They so far behind. They could win the fucking lottery tomorrow. It wouldn't bother me. Like, damn, I just broke up with that bitch, or not his friend no more. That motherfucker just won 100 million in the lottery. It wouldn't even bother me, for the simple fact I know they're gonna lose it, the money, because they're not mentally and emotionally and financially literate. They're just, that money, if anything, is gonna fuck their whole life up, kill them. They're gonna give it to their offsprings. I know a lot of people, they gave their offsprings money. I know a dude brought his son a Hellcat. He brought his son a Hellcat, 18, 19-year-old son. The son ended up driving, killing his best friend, and now the son is in prison for murder because the son was driving like 100 something miles an hour, basically ran into a tree, killed his best friend, and now he himself is in prison for murder. His father should be in prison right next to him. His father should be in prison right next fucking to him. Yeah, hell is worse than prison. A lot of people in hell. We in hell. You make your heaven and hell right here. So you have to realize this. You have to realize the reason he left you, she left you, whether it was emotional, whether it was a romantic relationship, business relationship, family relationship, they not fucking with you because you're not growing, or you're not growing at the rate, at same rate as them, and you're holding them back. Okay, you're holding them back. Okay. Anyhow, that's what I got for y'all, man. I hope this helps somebody. I don't know who need to hear this, but y'all get in my mastermind, man. 754-229-0940. 754-229-0940. Okay? $11, man. $11 per class. We have class Monday, Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern. You can do lifetime membership. Lifetime, literally. $222. Okay? If you say, Dragon, I see what you're doing with the property stuff. I don't have time for it. $777. I do it all for you. If I need to travel out to the property, it's more extensive work need to be done. It's minimum $2,500. You don't have to pay all one time, long as you pay it within a year or before the deal is closed. All right? 754-229-0940. Love you guys. Shout out to Shang, Rec. Shout out to you, family. Peace. Love you guys. Every minute of every day, millions of dollars come to us now, instantly, effortlessly, naturally, now. Peace.